Hi, it's Guy again, and welcome to the third and final instalment of the Pubcon video. It has been the last day today, and now the conference is over. So just a little bit of a recap to kind of let everyone know what Pubcon really is, because I've been going about it and barraging Facebook and Twitter. Pubcon, massive digital marketing conference based in the States. There's been 3 days full of sessions covering everything from social media, affiliate marketing, SEO, pay-per-click, creating content, all kinds of stuff. Come in 3 days, lock yourself up with some of the world's experts, with representatives from Google, from Microsoft, and basically share what's going on in the business, decide what works, decide what doesn't work, share strategies, meet people, network. And that's really what it's all been about. I've had some really great feedback about the videos that I've been making, so thanks to Kev from SEO Optimize for sending them out to everyone for me. Thanks also to my pal Joel for telling me everything that I did wrong about the videos and also what I did right. And it was great to meet two new buddies, David and Jordan, who were SEO kind of people, just like the people that work at Web Marketing Advisor. So the last day was all about, oh, I've forgotten again, just down here, my Twitter details, at Guy Levine. Even though Pubcon's finished, I'm sure I'm going to be producing some other great stuff to follow. So the kind of themes that were going on today, it was mainly about linking. So 2 parts of search engine optimization. First one, what goes on the site. Secondly, who links into the page. Big consensus and a big kind of debate in the industry is whether you should buy these links from other websites or whether you should generate them naturally. Danger with buying them: Google, Microsoft, they find out they really don't like it because it's kind of manipulating the engines, and they kind of give you a big fat penalty, keep you down at the bottom of the list. So some of the suggestions that were coming up were about don't necessarily buy the links, but what you can do is kind of sponsor events, and in return for sponsoring events at local universities or places like that, maybe they'll give you a link back to the site. So it's a bit of a technical loophole, but that's what you can do. There's also sharing data. What a lot of people will do is write a great report, and then people will naturally link to it as a mention, as a vote, saying, hey, this is good. And the more people that vote or mention or link to that site, the higher it goes up. But I think the final thing that came up was just have great content. If you want to be at the top of the search engines, have stuff that people really want to read. Kind of, if you've got a new site, a great way of kind of speeding that up and getting some basic links is to use the directories. Now, this is kind of a paradox, if that's what you want to call it, because Google says don't buy links, but then it also says, but directories that charge, well, you can buy a link from them, especially the ones that we know are edited by humans, so you can buy a link from them and we'll give you a little bit of credit. And 2 of the sites are the Yahoo directory, Google still trusts that, and also Best of the Web. 2 places that you can buy links, great if you've got a new site and you just want to get some credibility. So one of the other ways of getting links is to create what we call link bait. And what that is something specifically targeted to get people to link it. And there were some steps that you could go through in order to make that happen really well. First one, define your audience. So if you want to get people to link to you, who's it going to be? What about them do you need to know? What kind of hooks are they into? What kind of language do they use? And once you've got that audience defined, the next thing to do is to research the market. Now, researching the market can actually mean going out and finding if there's been any other successful link bait attempts, if there's special things that are going on in that industry, just to get an understanding about it. Third thing is get your distribution list ready. What that means is you can have the best content in the world, but if no one's ever going to look at it or find it, then you know, waste of time. So good to have ready a list of people that you can email or speak to or instant message and say, hey, look, I'm releasing this thing. I need to give a push to get it started. Can you kind of speak about it for me? Then write your titles, write your content. Same like Twitter. Make things novel, make things top 10 lists. but it's got to be something that people will think it's so great that they're going to link to it. Like an example of one of my favourite ones is, I think this says a lot about my internal psyche and what I find funny, but it was a website called How Many 5-Year-Olds Could You Beat Up? And basically you went onto this site and you said, I've got a martial arts experience, or I don't have, I'm used to fighting off swarms of bees, would I pick up a 5-year-old and throw it at another 5-year-old in form of defence? But basically you filled in all these stupid questions, and at the end of it it'd say, you can take on 24 5-year-olds on a fight. Now, completely ridiculous. However, what happened is at the end of that process you got a little badge, a little image that you could put on your website. About 2,400 people took that test and linked off their website or blog. 2,400 links going into that site, did very, very well, thank you very much. So that's the idea of link bait, and it's basically just interesting information that people are just going to find useful. In your industry it could be how to do something, it could be the latest law change, it could be how to get discounts on things, but that's really what it's all about. And then launch. Launch, launch, launch. Get it out there, get it finished, get people to link to it. Then the final bit of the conference, which was, I think, hysterical, was called the Search Engine Smackdown. And basically there was a representative from Google, Matt Cutts, and there was a representative from Microsoft Bing. This is really bad, but I can't actually remember what his name is. And maybe there's something funny there between Google and Bing, but we won't go into that and be unprofessional here. But some things that were shared. Well, first of all, it was really interesting because two people on the stage. I'm probably going to be inserting a picture about it all now. And what was happening is they were having like a smackdown, a fight-off, but to the right of the stage was actually a massive big screen that everyone could send tweets to with questions, and it just got hysterical. But basically some of the things that came out to it, firstly, Google really putting an importance now on how quick your site is. And they're saying, I think one of the founders is saying, I want the web to be like magazines where you click the button and the page turns over. So really fast. I mean, we've kind of had inclinations of that for ages, but Google's launched this new help center that will tell you how to speed your site up. We've been using a plugin for Firefox called YSlow for ages because we've thought about it, but Google are kind of admitted to it now. There's other news that a new Google update's coming along called Caffeine. They've kindly said that they're going to not release the test properly until after Christmas because they really don't want to screw the e-commerce trade. And if you're in the UK, you've got the post strikes to contend with, let alone Google changing their algorithm and losing lots of your traffic. For any of our clients, we're well onto that, and we are well, plans are in place, but we don't think it's going to affect us anyway. And Google have also launched another tool which I think is really cool, which is the Google Dashboard at www.google.com/dashboard. And what that basically does is allows you to log in and see all the information that Google holds about you, including products that you've purchased through the Google Store, what accounts you signed up for. Really quite interesting to see. So that's it. Last night in Vegas tonight, can't wait to get home. Being at conferences for a week's cool, but getting home and seeing the family is even cooler. I'm going to keep up with these video posts. Anyone that I've met at the conference, great to meet you. And any ideas, feedback about the videos, leave them on the blog. Otherwise, take care. Bye.